What does the title company do for you after you print out the contracts? I never understood that part. Thank you, Ashley, for that comment. In today's video, I'm going to fully explain title companies. I'm going to go over what title companies are, how to find the very best title companies, especially for wholesaling real estate. And third, what happens after you send over your contracts to the title company. Biz Matthew here. Welcome back to my channel. One thing I ask from you all is that you subscribe. A lot of you all watch my videos but are not subscribed. So I would really appreciate if you all hit that subscribe button. All right, let's get right into the video. So number one, what are title companies? So title companies are essentially a third party between the seller and the buyer, or the buyer and the lender. So they help facilitate a real estate transaction. And also on top of that, they handle all the research of the title of a specific property. What is a house title? So it's kind of like having a title for your vehicle. And in the same way that sometimes your bank holds your title of your car because they are the ones actually owning the car because you have a loan on that car. If you buy a property using a mortgage, a lot of time on that title, it would include the mortgage company as a lien holder. So a title essentially shows who owns the property, who owned it before in the past, and any other liens on the property, just like mortgages, past liens, property taxes, and maybe information about inheritance and other things like that. So essentially the title company, they look at the title of the house and they do all this extensive research about the property history and making sure it's a clear title in order for you to buy. Also, the title company gives you title insurance in case anything happens that slipped up, or maybe they didn't find something in their title search and it came up later and other people are trying to own your house and say, hey, we own this property because of this and that. You will be covered because you have title insurance. So that's the main thing. Title companies are just a third party that helps a real estate transaction, and essentially they do the title search, they handle the money, so they hold the escrow amount, like if there's a deposit on the property, and they help disperse funds to either the buyer, the seller, the wholesaler, and other parties involved. So number two, how do you find the best title companies as a wholesaler? Check the description down below. I have a playlist of me finding title companies, me actually going to title companies, closing deals, and just different ways that you can find the best title companies. To break it all down, all you do is you go on Google and you type in title companies around the area that you are wholesaling in. And from there, you're going to look at the maps list of all the title companies in your area, and you're going to pick up your phone and just start dialing. And you're going to call every single one of these title companies and you're going to ask them, hey, I'm an investor around the area. Sometimes I hold properties, I flip, and I wanted to know also if you all do assignments on contracts and or double closes. If they say no, if they said, oh, that's illegal or whatnot, just politely end the call and move on, right? You may go through 5 to 10 title companies until you find a title company that actually does assignments on contracts. That's how I found my title companies, and that's one of the best ways you can find it. Another good way is just to talk to other wholesalers and other investors who are not even wholesaling. Let's say they're a flipper or they're a landlord. These people usually go to investor-friendly title companies, and those are the title companies you want to work with. So go to other wholesalers, chat it up with them, go to Facebook Messenger. Sometimes title companies or even different employees talk on these different groups about their title companies, and you can probably search title companies in some Facebook groups and find different posts about other investors, other wholesalers asking, hey, which title companies do assignments on contract, or which title companies work with wholesalers, other things like that. All right, number three, how does a title company work with you as a wholesaler? What do they require from you as a wholesaler, and what happens after you send them a purchase and sales agreement or an assignment on contract? So number one, I would say wait until you have both the purchase and sales agreement that's between you and the seller, and the assignment on contract between you and the cash buyer ready before you send it over to the title company. Now let me explain why. That's because with this real estate market booming, title companies are jam-packed right now. They are super busy, and they're not just going to hold your purchase and sales agreement and just do a title search without you having the other contract that's needed in order to close the deal. that would be a waste of time for them. And just to really stand out as, hey, I'm doing this, I'm serious, and you have everything already ready, that will help you stand out and will make the title companies take you seriously. So make sure you have both of those contracts. And if you all are interested in contracts, check the link down below. I have a link to contracts that I use in my business, so make sure you check that out. So after you send the contracts over to the title company, essentially the title company do what they do, right? What I explained in the beginning of this video. They look at the agreement, they take photo IDs of the seller, the cash buyer, and yourself. They collect earnest money deposit, and then they do the title search on the property itself. And if anything shows up, they will either let you know or maybe the buyer or the seller know. And as a wholesaler, make sure you are involved initially when you're testing out a new title company. Email them, ask them, hey, how's this going? Any updates? How was the title search? Was there any liens on the property? Anything that we should try to fix or anything that came up along your title search? And just be present in that moment. After you've done some deals with the title company, usually you can just send off the contracts over to them and they'll handle it, and then they'll just let you know about a closing date and time. And so what else they do, they just make sure the title is clean. If there's mortgages, they make sure the bank is paid off, property taxes with the county is paid off. They help disperse funds. So when the cash buyer comes in with his or her check, they make sure you get paid your assignment fee and the seller gets how much money they are owed. And so that's essentially what happens at a title company, especially regarding wholesaling real estate. Make sure you're always polite to the workers at the title company, because this is an essential part of your business, working with a title company. And the thing is, when you are able to grow and scale larger and larger, you can have like an in-house title company, or you can have like a transactional coordinator who handles all your paperwork, handles all the communication between your company and the title company. All right, you all, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Be sure to give it a like, subscribe once again, comment down below if you have any questions, and I'll talk to you all later.